man, so interesting news dropped today, dog. BET announced that they will be suspending Soul Train and the Hip Hop Awards indefinitely, okay? Now, there's a lot of conversations going on surrounding that, and as you can see, the title says some reactions from people like Nicki Minaj kind of had me confused at first, but Barbs, I ain't gonna lie, this like one of the few times that recently I was able to see why Nicki has some beef with some people. This is what I'm asking for in other situations. Tell me why. I found out why, but hold on tight, we can get back to that. But yeah, they announced that they will be suspending these awards shows indefinitely, not the BET Awards. Not the BET Awards, all right, to be clear. The Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Now, the BET CEO, Scott Mills, spoke about this in a new interview with Billboard. He says this after being asked a question. He says, I would say that it's less about them being no longer and more about our team having to reimagine them for this changing media landscape that we find ourselves in. I think what we're going to see are more people taking franchises and saying this might have started on linear television, but now I'm going to move it to another space. Do I move it to streaming or do I move it to another platform? So for the BET linear, we have suspended the Soul Train and Hip Hop Award shows, but we have a team that's actively thinking about where those award shows might best live as the media climate continues to evolve. They aren't going, and we also still have the NAACP Image Awards and the Stellar Awards. Now, this makes perfect sense if you want to just think about business-wise. Media has changed. No one's sitting at their TV every single day trying to see something to watch. They can watch what the they want to. People barely even have traditional cable anymore, so BET, they're competing every single day with so many different people, and the money that's allocated to go ahead and put those award shows on for however many viewers, like, it's not necessary. Those things aren't even live broadcasts. They're pre-recorded and then shown on the platform. So BET has to think about more ways to be able to compete with the new landscape of media and how it's moving. Their traditional shows just would not work anymore, dog. Like, say for instance, one of the main things that 106 & Park or Rap City had going on was that they showcased music videos. YouTube alone has wiped out the necessity for those shows. So what is BET supposed to do at that point in time? They tried to have the Breakfast Club on there, but the viewers already knew where they wanted to go to see the Breakfast Club. That was on YouTube. So BET has been trying to stay relevant, but cable television is a dying game. And what really bothers me is that you coons out there will go ahead and laugh at BET, but say nothing about MTV going through the same damn problems. Oh, BET is struggling because they owned by the white man. Who the f you think owned MTV? They can't do shit either. Media has changed. You have changed. The way you prefer to view content has changed. So you remember AJ, Free, Roxy, Terrence J, Lala over on MTV, all the damn VJs from TRL and shit. It's tens of thousands of content creators like me out here that has ruined shit for them motherfuckers. It's very little that they can do to compete. Y'all remember those shows like Silent Library and things like that? Well, YouTube groups like AMP or the Sidemen or the other homies in the UK, the Beta Squad, niggas making their own shows like them shits on YouTube. YouTube, Instagram, social media in totality has killed modern television. So stop with that coon shit y'all be doing. What the f is wrong with y'all niggas, dog? Every single station is struggling if they don't have original content, especially live content. That's why if you're sports fans, athletes are getting paid more and more money because networks are paying more money for these exclusive rights to these live deals. That's why this show that's pre-recorded, the Soul Train Awards or the BET Hip Hop Awards, that is no point in that shit. It's pre-recorded. Oh fucking well, it's not a priority. But the live broadcast, the BET Awards, I just hope y'all following along, man. Modern technology, streaming, social media, and everything, that's killed linear television. But before we get to Barbland, let's go ahead and see what these people saying in reaction to this news. It's not the same anyways. The artists never respected the platform like country artists respect the Country Music Awards. They rather get dressed up for Grammys than for their own. I knew Soul Train was over when they had it in Keke Palmer's backyard. Wait, what? That's a thing? The Running With the Gospel Album of the Year was the last straw. See, you don't know the f you talking about. That's the BET Awards, not the Hip Hop Award. Ruin BET selling it to the white people. Then tell me about MTV then. What's going on? Why that shit ruined? Trump made a deal with Paramount, who owns BET. Y'all do the math. It was a flop after Nicki stopped attending anyways. We'll get to that. Music isn't good enough to have these awards anymore. Nah, that's not the truth. BET ain't been the same since they got rid of Spring Bling and 106 & Park. This is exactly why the family ain't want Terry to sell Big Mama House, y'all. And those two categories can be squeezed into the main BT Awards every June. Y'all wasn't even tuned into these, lol. When it comes down to it, that's just the facts. Y'all wasn't supporting these awards anyway. Let's cut the fake outrage out. They only want our culture when it serves them. I do think this is a result of the current climate. Tons of black shows are being canceled, are only given one season, and now this. We grew up on Soul Train Awards. It's sad to see it come to this. Good put all the effort into the main show and make it good like the days when Monique hosted, more celebs and less influencers. They liked this last show there. I've seen a lot of great reviews for the past BT Awards. The awards show are low level now. The music, classiness of the artists, the fashion choices, the professionalism, etc. It's all trash. It's quite embarrassing and make us less respectable as people. This is sad, but I agree. It should be paused until we evolve into a better representation. I can't even tell you, I don't watch the Hip Hop Awards or the Soul Train Awards. I haven't watched them in years, so I couldn't tell you. It was a good run when Erykah Badu was hosting the Soul Train Awards. Those are pretty good, right? But all right, let's get to the main topic. So Nicki Minaj posted these little eyes right here. And y'all know how Nicki Minaj been getting down lately. She been beefing with everybody. Anybody and everybody that has any type of affiliation with the Roc Nation. So when I seen this, I'm like, damn, like, BT, what's your issue with BT? Because I'm thinking it's a BT Hip Hop Award specifically that's suspended indefinitely, however you want to call it. So I'm thinking, wait, Pink Friday 2 won Best Album at the BT Hip Hop Award when it was nominated. So what's going on here? But then while doing research, I found out that BT said some slick shit on their main platform about Nicki 5 years ago. And I think I was aware of this, but I just forgot about it. But I believe after Cardi won a Grammy, BT posted, meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is getting dragged by her lace front. Cardi B is the first solo female rapper to win the Best Rap Album, and fans are weeping. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now at this point in time, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj was set to, headline some shows at a BT Experience, and then that set everybody to off, right? Barbs, this is the type of shit I be asking for as far as the receipts that I could cover when someone Nicki Minaj over. I've been asking y'all for the other receipts in the past for other situations. Y'all don't send shit. Y'all don't send shit and then want to complain that I don't just hop on the bandwagon just because Nicki Minaj. I don't do that for no body. See me the proof and I'll talk about the shit, alright? Now, once again, this is 2019. When this happened, BT was apologizing, saying this post does not reflect how we feel about Nicki and further does not reflect our company values. The statement said, we deeply apologize for the hurt, disappointment, and confusion that this post has caused. We are committed to doing everything we can to address the situation. According to the statement, the network plans an internal audit to alleviate the rogue tweet issue, but it was too late. The bars was on their ass, dog. So Nicki sent that tweet to Lil Wayne, and she said, this is what BT posted about me. I'm not performing for the summer show anymore. And Wayne was like, I'm with you. And she said, loyalty, love him forever, the GOAT, my brother, my boss, my inspiration. But soon after Nicki Minaj announced that Young Money would no longer be a part of the BET Experience or award shows, summer tour dates dropping soon, woody woo. And she also thanked the fans, saying, I can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support you continue to show me. To everyone who said something sweet, thank you. Whether I read it or not, I felt it from the bottom of my heart. I love you so much, so much. Stay tuned. And after the official BET Awards dropped, Nicki then went to clown the ratings. I'm not sure what the ratings were, but she said this right here. When you go out of your way to be spiteful and hurt artists who have always supported your show, when you fire great people who have put their heart and soul into the show, when you'd rather be a messy reality show than a prestigious award show, when you're still being dragged by that lace. Minaj wrote on Twitter, responding to a tweet claiming the 2019 BET Awards show just drew 2 million viewers. But BET said they had 12.7 million viewers, but she let it be known straight up that she didn't like how she was treated. Now I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's not cool. Whoever did that shit, they fucked up. Something that's been new with a lot of these businesses, they let the young hip person that they think is just in touch with the younger people run their social media accounts, and sometimes they make dumb decisions like that. That person, whoever was doing that, up bad. Because you don't want to draw that line in the sand between two artists that you know are feuding. Like, for what? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Especially when it has been a thing where BT needs the support from huge artists to come out there. You know, you ask the questions sometimes, why aren't some artists attending the awards? You questioning them, you question their blackness. Some of their blackness. We called them out saying y'all would go to the Grammys or cry about those award shows, but when it comes to your own shit, you don't show up, you don't show out. But if they're so negligent, they allow someone to diss someone who supports them that was going to headline one of their shows that damn summer. That is crazy to think that they'll drop the ball that much. So yeah, This is a legitimate gripe between Nicki Minaj and BET. That was up. Now, some people may think that she should move on from that situation, but you should never be disrespected like that, dog. That gotta feel like a slap in the face, man. And yeah, some people may forget him for that. I get that. But what BT is supposed to mean for the culture, it should be too important for them to let one small little intern or whomever damage their credibility or dirty their face in that way. Like, come on now, y'all gotta move better than that shit. And I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with, I don't know who, whatever white person that runs Paramount Global. That's someone that's on a smaller level that's under the BET CEO who's being careless with who they hired to run the social media page, and they said some disrespectful shit, dog. That's what it came down to. Now, y'all got this one, Barbs. Y'all got this one. This is all we fucking be asking for. If Nicki got an issue with someone, tell me what the fuck the issue started at. And I'ma keep it G. The issues between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, from the stories that I know, I think Cardi B is the one who overreacted in that situation. So I said it to say, Bars be coming to my channel sometimes when I be like, I don't know what the is wrong with Nicki Minaj, because she's not telling us why she's having these issues with all these damn people. Just give us the facts so we could have context, some clear context, because I have no problem at all saying, yeah, this wasn't cool. Because once again, in reference to how things started off with the beef between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and that damn bar on Motorsport. If Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi, which was the original bar that she switched to. If Quavo the QB, if Quavo don't find any disrespect in the bar, why the fuck did Cardi find disrespect in that bar? I never got that. And they made Nicki change that shit, and then there was beef from that point on, a lot of different moving parts. I didn't get that shit. I didn't think that Nicki was sunning her. I felt that was love being passed on. You know, she giving Cardi the game because she's the coach, and Nicki had been dominating for so long at that point in time. So for her to say on that track, metaphorically, that, you know, I'll be coaching this person, I thought that was a dope ass line. Obviously, Quavo didn't feel no type of way about that shit. Cardi thought it was a diss, and that was that. That shit was dumb. That shit wasn't a diss. But once again, I'm just letting y'all Barbs know, if y'all come with receipts, then people won't think y'all crazy as fuck. I'm out.